tranquility. We are back. Let me just change my stream summary. Okay. Information here, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. We'll let people know. Season 1, Episode 3. There. All right, welcome aboard. Let's get rocking and rolling. Day 3 of our solo self-found series. Thanks for dropping in. We got skill points today. Bam. Okay. Let's see what skills we got knocked out. Good morning. Skill training completed. Okay. As you remember, or we can do an update from yesterday. Our industrialist line we could not finish because we had to purchase something from another player. It's possible we could craft those. Not positive on that though. So we are doing the explorer line. Now we need to go and acquire these proof of discovery anomalies. We are on the final tree here. I have one unseen item. Let's see what it is. It is the faction mining frigate. We can run the faction mining frigate now. At some point here, mining destroyer is only 130,000. We'll hold off. We might get it for free anyway. We are currently at 14 million ISK. Completely solo self-found. Nothing sold on the market. That's awesome. Got some skill points off our daily login. Nice. And let's get fired up. I don't know where these came from. This must be from the these skill points here. I'll just redeem those there. Okay. Our ship's looking good. We got our one hobgoblin. It does just say we need to just jump. So, open your probe scanner. Okay, so we do need to put a probe scanner on. It didn't tell us that, but that's okay. Did it give us one? Good morning. Anomaly training site. So it wants us just to open. Oh, wow, that becomes a pretty big. I don't think I've ever had it that big before. Let's dock it. Okay. So, we're going to open this in a separate window. We're just going to always keep that open. I really prefer to have it like this. That way, if I need to open my probe scanner, I also always have my that's the solar system map. No probes in space. Oh, D-scan is also something you need to pull off of here. Okay. I just always have my D-scan when we're scanning. This gives a lot of information. Actually, we can D-scan around us to see what we have here. Anomaly training site. So it's asking us to come here to this anomaly training site.
Warp drive active.
You're in danger of losing your streak. Oh my gosh. I appreciate you, man. Currently I have the ads set to as low as possible. I need to like get up another level or something. Before I'm allowed to remove the ads. It is completely obnoxious. Let me know. I'll give her a shout out. Yeah, I went and I can like visit the ad center over here and look at how many ads play. I literally have it set on. I have disabled. I have as much disabled over here as I can. And like I could do this and maybe they won't be automatically scheduled. I guess I could try that. I have it on low. This is just annoying. I wish it would just go away. All right, we got our proof of discovery.
Warp drive active.
Twitch Prime. Really? I don't even think I have a ping for that because I don't know if it does anything. Yeah, I don't think even anything pops up. I don't have an alert for it. Alerts.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Let's go ahead and just make this fixed window. We'll make this fixed window. Listen here, buddy. There we go. I'm gonna have to rearrange all this crap now, but what's the thing next to my name? Delinquent. Founder. Prime. What was with all the noises? Okay. Probe scanner easily tracks cosmic anomalies, other types of sites. Will be granted an Imicus. Nice. In this case, did it give us like a probe scanner or something? Oh. We have a cargo hold rig. We'll go ahead and assemble and board this ship. Emmy. Emmy. I don't even want to look at that entrepreneur mission that we're not allowed to complete. So dumb. We'll go ahead and strip the fitting off of this ship because we are going to load up in our Emmy. They'll give you the visual here. New ship. Okay, let's fit this bad boy. We'll give him some Gatling guns. You cannot have a Gatling gun. Oh, we only have one turret slot. He needs some armor repair. We'll give him a civilian relic and data analyzer. And then one MN afterburner. And I don't think we have any tank items. We give him a nanofiber internal structure. I don't hopefully this one doesn't die. I can't remember in the story if this one does or not. A probe scanner will end up going up here once we get one. And we do need some just in case. We have a drone bay too, so we need to steal the drone out of our. Where did we put it? I think it's stripped, so it should be in here. There we go. Our Hobgoblin one. Wait, can we have more drones in this ship? Oh my gosh. Amazing. Need some ammo also. Rock and roll. Let's see what they want us to do. What to say?
Warp drive active.
Reload our gun just in case they want us to pew pew something. And we got a lot of our training stuff done actually. We'll have to take a look actually at the whole list because over the last 24 hours we've improved.
Warp drive active.
Can I leave this corporation chat? You'll find many acceleration gates like these in many of the sites you uncover. Ooh, gave us some core scannage. Was that another civilian? Yeah, I have these two on the ship already, but they gave us a core probe launcher.
Warp drive active.
Now, on a data site, this is what the data sites look like when you come into them. You're going to start hacking. This is what the cans usually look like that you'll actually hack. And we'll be definitely doing some hacking on this run because that's going to kind of determine what ships we're going towards. If we get a really cool blueprint or something,
Skill training.
that's the route we're going to go. So I don't have like a goal exactly
Active.
for the ship that I want to end up in. Hi, Lyra. Hello, baby. I don't have a goal for where I want to end up in. I'm just going with the flow, which means I don't have a plan with kind of what I want to spec towards. I'm just heading towards whatever. If anybody has questions, just let me know. And I'm putting these on YouTube also. So if you have questions, you can ask there too.
Warp drive active.
First video was a little quiet but that's all right. Um, she's saying this is what gas sites might look like. Um, I kind of disagree, actually. If your scanner detects an area where there's gas clouds, um, eh, this is not usually what they look like. I've been in a lot of gas clouds. There's no station at them. There's definitely usually no asteroids either. It's just kind of a couple clouds. But we're in training. My guess is they didn't want to send us to a site with gas because somebody could put gas scoops on and get gas. I would. They sent us to that place with Kernite, and I was just like, hey, hung out there for a little bit. I should have hung out there a lot longer, actually. It'd been a good idea. So, note to you guys, if you start a fresh character, which if you'd like to, you can use my link, and then you just get, or whoever's link, and get a free million skill points. Sit on that Kernite site, and instead of turning it in, just keep coming back, because it's Kernite, you know. Okay. So she wants us to get some more proof of discovery today. Good morning. We're going to clear out of the... Oh, we need to deliver this? Scan, pick up a data site. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a bookmark real quick. If you're going to do any scanning, ever, hit a warp to somewhere. Actually, we're actually going to cancel that because I need to go put my probe scanner on.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
It didn't actually tell me to do that, so that's interesting. But it gives you the core launcher and the probes. You can just keep in here or load. These we don't need. Okay. Now we will make and personal and your locations. You can open up your locations. And I will open in a new folder, in a new window. These are my locations in this space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp to a random moon within 100. I'm going to hit Control B and put in safe. It's relatively safe. And then halfway through the warp, just submit a spot. So now, okay, well, we didn't go very far there. Now, when you're scanning, you can go back to this spot, and it's really hard for people to find you unless they're using combat scan. You know, most of these times you're going to be having your cloak on anyway, but essentially when you're in a wormhole or anything like that, especially if you're doing scanning, people are going to see your probes anyway, and they might get a flash of who you are. And our scanning is absolutely abysmal, so we'll see how this goes. But most of the time, especially if I'm like chilling on a gas site or something in a wormhole, the D scan is that a gas site? Cool. We're going to a data site though. Okay, they made these nice and easy to scan down. most of the time you're going to see their probes out here on your D-scan. If you see their probes, that's probably okay. They're scanning down sites like this. If you see combat probes, they are scanning you down. Combat probes are for ships. So see combat probes here, it's probably time to find a safe place. Okay. But most of what's done nowadays anyway, as far as ganking goes, is they'll use their probes, scan down a site, and just show up at a site. And they can show up stealthed, so most of the ships you're going to be running can actually get away faster, essentially, than they can lock you down anyway. So you have to be not paying attention. Can say that that type of ganking is not very profitable. So we found our data site. So I'm going to recover my active probes, put them back in my inventory. It didn't say that, so.
Warp drive active.
And I actually just take these, load them right away again. We're probably going to need them, so. But they have to completely unstealth before they can lock you, and most of the time that's enough time for you just to warp out. So okay, we got a couple Serpentis info. We'll lock these. This is what the data sites look like a lot of times. So if you're interested in exploration, this is kind of what you do. You'll play your little mini game with your data analyzer. And I don't know if we can go into effective hacking just yet in that data. This is a, sorry?
Warp drive active.
That's a bug. That's a bug. That's a bug. Okay. Let's try. Here's my plan. Doc, put on the other data analyzer.
Docking permission requested.
And then go back. I believe this is our third
Docking request accepted.
or fourth bug, if you count that one system crashing every single time as one bug. Okay, so the game is not liking this data analyzer. So let's try to put on this one instead. And we'll remove that relic one and put on this relic. And you'll see I made a jump spot directly to that can. So we can just go right back to it. Makes it nice
Warp
and easy.
drive active.
If this works, I'm going to be a little puzzled. Just a little. This data analyzer is clearly different than the other civilian data analyzer. There we have it. Let's see. Okay, we have a hackable container here. We're within range and okay, maybe I'm not on a data training site. So we're going to launch our probes.
Warp drive active.
Okay, and we're going to keep searching. Maybe I'm on the wrong data site. That's what we're crossing fingers on. Either way, my civilian module should work on that, but here we go. Okay, there's a relic training site, so that's looking good. Who knows? And this is data site scanning. It's trying to teach us right now. So I went to, is this where it wants us to go? No, this is where we went. It says virus test site. Let's just try to find a different one. Let's just try to find a different one because we could not hack those cans. I guess I could have tried the other can. Well, that doesn't make sense either. So I'm not gonna just go. If we don't find another one, we'll go back. How about that? Maybe that specific site is bugged. Okay. We do have a data training site here. So we'll just go to it.
Warp
We'll
drive
bring our
active.
drone or our probes back in. Reload them just in case we need them. And just a little tip for people who are learning how to do sites. You got to be kidding me. There's a catalyst here. I don't really want to just run in and okay. So we can both use this training container. It looks like I didn't want to just take from like a new player there. That'd been terrible. You probably got scared. No further tools are needed, and there's no data.
Warp drive active.
It'll give us a gas training site at some point here. I expected this to take just a minute. This is taking a lot longer than I would have liked. And as you notice, between scanning, I don't sit on the site.
Warp drive active.
I just keep jumping around. It's just habit. You're a lot harder to track if you're jumping back and forth between your safe. And you just do these little habits. You get the hang of doing these little habits, and it'll be really hard to gank you. And I will say ganking nowadays, especially little ships like this, it's not super worth the time. It's more just kind of for griefing. I mean, if you see somebody out with their pacifier, it's probably worth knocking that bad boy down. He could be worth a couple bill. But you see a guy in an amicus, he's probably not even worth your time. Hey, look, we got the mini game. Good for us. So our spot is here. And when we actually get a moment there where it is the real hacking, I'll go ahead and explain the best ways to go about it, stuff like that. These are just the practice ones, so it's not really worth going too much into detail. I can say you click your way through the grid and you try to find the green, most of the time green thing there. You're basically removing viruses on your way, etc., hacking your way through a system. But we can go into the individual sites, everything like that, as we get to them. That'll be cool. Because if we get some cool blueprint out of a can, even like a Tech 2 cruiser or something, that's what we're making. Okay, we're going for a relic site this time, which I believe we already scanned down. So that's good. Good morning.
Warp drive active.
I'm looking at the cat. He woke me up with some cuddles today. And that's why, despite cats being total monsters, we like them. We're going to go ahead and try out our relic analyzer. Opening relics is the exact same process. We got it. And as you can see, I'm pretty speedy at knocking these out. Because we will definitely be bopping around. Well, come say hello. Huh? Come here, you. Huh? Come here. It's Scumpy.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Now we are on to a gas site. You'll be granted access if you accept the mission. One-time gas. Passkey. Maybe I do need to read that. Oh, it's just gas site scanning? Proof of discovery of gas. Okay. Hey, yo, 500,000. Scumpy! I don't know what this gas site is. We already got one gas site training thing down though, so. Good morning, Lyra. Good to see you. Good to have you with us, little one.
drive active.
Warp drive active. I don't know why it keeps telling us this is what gas sites look like. People are going to be confused when they get to a gas site and they'll be like, what is this? This is just
Warp drive
sweet looking.
active.
Pretty cool looking. Is that what gas sites look like now? I don't know. Probably not. I feel like I was just doing them last week, so. I don't know if in this playthrough we're gonna get to needing to do
Permission
gas.
requested. Docking request accepted.
It depends on what we're building. Is this it? Oh my God, Becky. We are nearing the end. Okay, we've got some stuff, okay, that we're gonna want to bring with. We got a Navitas. Okay, so I'm going to determine now where we want to live. And how I'm going to do that is I want an area that's in high sec that has some of the industry that we need. And then on top of that has some low sec nearby. Now, what's cool about our playthrough here is we don't need to be near Jitta or Dodixie or anything like that. It's not important at all because we're not selling or buying off that market anyway. So we could even search out Jitta and see, okay, that's where Jitta is, way up there. We don't have to worry about that. In fact, we could come way over in Galente space over here, and live somewhere over here. So as we can see here, this has got some 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, not looking too bad. Well, here's Hallie. I'm familiar with this space already, actually. This is not far from Jitta at all. Okay. Could come over yonder way. Okay. We do have some repairing, reprocessing, industry. Let's just see if we can find somewhere. So Clone Bay too. LP stores here also, repair shop. I'm just looking at the areas and what they offer. To get here is 7 jumps all through high sec. We could stick around in Galente space. I think we should do that. At this point, right around here is a nice spot. We have some 0.6, 0.7. This is only 7 jumps. I think 0.6 or 0.7 space would be kind of perfect to live in. This is only connected to 2. I don't know how much I like that. We want somewhere where I liked this spot because we can just kind of jump around right there. We could live like here. That's going to move up to this area, this straight into low sec there. I think this space isn't looking too bad. I actually think the lower we get here, this has got one station, it's got insurance, LP, market, repair, reprocessing. You see, we don't have industry here. So we don't really want to settle somewhere that just does not have that industry. This one's got structures, no stations. We may end up having to live. This one's got stations. This one's got a lot, no industry, though. It does have a root clone bay, which is good, but maybe we will just live in 0.6. We have a station here, no industry. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm feeling this area a little bit, though. It's not too bad. This little section of space could be okay. And maybe for now. Okay, we got a bunch of stations here. We have industry here. And an LP store. This is 0.6 space. So this is a little tougher than what we want at the moment. But it might be a good place to settle. Just because we are going to be scaling up. Okay. This one doesn't look too bad. At the moment, we're just picking out where we're going to live. Okay, I think we've settled. And luckily, I am not a well-known person at all. Otherwise, I'd be a little worried about this. We are going to strip the fittings off of this bad boy. And I am feeling pretty bold. So I'm just going to board my ship to my Nereus. And we are going to take some of this stuff with us. I'm probably going to leave a few things here in case we need to come back and craft. We do have our civilian small armor repair, some nanofiber internals, stasis web of fire. We'll take this with us. We don't need our warp disruptor. We need to leave some of these mining stuff here. Realistically, the mining stuff we can leave here. That's going to come over in the venture. There we go. We don't have the skills for all these. That's okay. We're just kind of loading up some stuff. And we still have a packaged venture also, darn it. We're not going to bring this Navitas with us. So instead, let's see if we can't fit this venture. Yeah. Okay. And in the drone bay, we can keep some of our drones. Let's leave. We'll leave a civilian hobgoblin here. We'll bring some ammo with, and then we'll just bring our Isogen if we can, and Mexalin. These other two we can get easily. And we'll bring this stuff with us too. Okay. Let's go home. Let's go home.
Warp drive active.
We're not really carrying that much stuff on us. It would not be worth killing us, so I'm not super worried. And even if we do lose this ship, not a big deal. Not really something you have to worry too much about at this point of the game, though. Later on, when you're starting to haul 5, 6, 700 million at a time, that's usually the most I ever go to when I'm hauling in this game. Because if you start getting up above that, you become pretty juicy.
Warp drive
Pretty
active.
juicy. There's an asteroid belt here. And here at this 0.9 space, we are going to be coming across some possible gankage, which would be pretty griefy, but yeah, it is what it is. We can just mine up and move our miner over. We have another miner, so we can just move that if we get griefed on. Any ship that they use to blow me up is going to be more expensive than this ship, though. So, oh, is this the system that crashes the game? Hey, there's our air goal. Jump 3 times. What was this?
Warp drive active.
Omega Awards. Claim 10,000. Claim 500,000 more dollars. Interstellar credits. Easy. We are at actually 16 million. And this is the end of our kind of season 1 here. We're leaving the new player system and heading to our new home. And we can see there are actually some wrecks here.
Warp drive active.
Some people have been getting ganked. Looks like there's nothing too crazy right now. But that's kind of a bummer, you know, people joining that new player experience, getting the new player experience, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to Eve, punk. Welcome to Eve. You get what you deserve. I think they did say that they were going to do something about people sitting in that system on that gate because it's like the one exit, but there's nobody there when we went by. So welcome aboard. We are on our solo self-found run. If you have any questions about that, we've gone over it a couple times, but feel free to shout out.
Warp drive active.
So if we're trying to get to Jitta now, how far we got to go? 11 jumps. That's what I'm talking about. That's good. Actually, on this playthrough, the further we get away, the better. That's just how this works. Oh, there's a capsule here. A confessor gonna lock us up? No. People dying out here, man. It is what it is. You know, there's a little mistakes that can get you pinked. Rexer. Ximingli. 加油，西明尼。你是傻逼，你真傻逼。OK，对不起。We'll switch this to targets.
Warp drive active.
General all. Active overview filters. We'll leave general all on. So, okay, that gives us the belts and everything though. Well, we'll mess with that in a little bit. I'll set up some custom overview stuff. I actually don't need that. Okay, we are.
Warp drive active.
This is a Galente Federation bulwark system. What have we gone to? We'll probably at some point join Galente Federation, jump in. We might need some LP from that store, actually. Might not be a bad idea to enlist with Galente, kind of jump around, knock out some anomalies, and run away from players who are scary. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to play turtle. And I think we could go to the scout sites already, in fact, which would be kind of hilarious and kind of a neat idea. And I think the rigs and blueprints that we might want are from that loyalty LP store. .5 is still considered. Okay, well, we have Edencom. This is a frontline system. It's an insurgency system. Cool. Okay. So we do have a Galente mining station. A Galente administration. Let's go to the Galente mining station and see what they have there
Active.
as far as where we live now. There is currently an insurgency happening right here, Pirate PvP, which is awesome. We are choosing such a volatile place to live, honestly. I like that. I'd prefer to live in this scarier space than just hanging out in high, 0.9.
Permission requested.
I would suggest if you are starting, hang out in 0.9, 0.8, 0.7 for a little while, right? It just gets a little bit more dangerous. Not really. The further down you go, it just affects how long it takes the retaliation crew to come. So the police that you see, they're not really police. They are like a retaliation crew. So you attack somebody, they'll attack you. They're not going to issue out anything big here. Okay, so we don't have industry here, so we're not going to actually settle here. We're just going to take a look once again by going to the map at where we are. Check out the stations. Is this where we were meant to go? Okay. The Rodden Shipyards factory is probably actually going to be perfect. Okay, so we are not where we're meant to go yet. But it's good that we looked. Because I think a 0.6 system Rodden Shipyards is going to be awesome.
Warp drive active.
A little bit lower taxes, a little bit lower fees, especially once we start getting some reputation rolling. And we are in a little bit scarier of space. Mostly for people who are kind of interested, at what Eve is like. You can do this exact same thing in 0.8, 0.9. I'm just going to show that, you can go here. It's not, the worst thing in the world to be in these lower sec. It's just higher risk. So we want that's warp 2. Okay, that's like GTFO tab. Eliestra warehouse. Where is could have sworn it said that there was Eliestra warehouse, X sensory processing facility. That might not be a bad place to live. I guess let's go here for now. We might live out of this X sense reprocessing facility. Garon Investment Group, Xsense, Investment Bank, Alestra Warehouse, and Xsense Reprocessing. Okay. What do you think? Is this home?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Could be. So we've got Indy here. We've got reprocessing, repairs. We don't have. We do have a loyalty point star, and these guys are X cents loyalty points. We don't have any agents. Let me just pop up here. Take a look at this again. Our reprocessing here might be pretty solid. We are fitting here. We could instantly join a militia from here. Insurance doesn't really make too much a difference from us. Okay. There is a clone bay-in system. Yeah, I'm thinking we kind of have everything we need here. Okay. Set home station. There we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start dropping all this stuff off. And we have our first stuff here in our new home. So I think the next thing we want to do is bring over that catalyst. And I want to leave my hauler here. So I'm going to do the thing that I don't know if you want to do or not. I'm flying back with my capsule. So what I did to figure out where all of my stuff is over here in personal assets. Click it. I can see where I have my things. So now I have stuff in two different places. I'm just going to set my destination back to my 1.0, fly back there, and that is going to be what we do essentially today. We're grabbing up our stuff, moving it to our new home, and then it's a, I chose for a brand new player a more scary home. Just to kind of show what it's like. Today we are jumping a bit. I can say I am having a good time playing the game this way. It's a very different way to play. I like it. This is a gate camp. Interesting. So they have their elite federal navy there. So there's constant warfare going on right there.
Warp drive active.
Probably move our general down a little bit here. There was a prowler, a suspect prowler and jump there. We got our first round of stuff. Here is a ganker. Here's this prowler we were looking at here. We jumping right with him. Kind of like it when that happens. Jump with kind of somebody. Claim our iskies. This hook bill's a little lit up here. I think he's doing some warfare combat there.
Warp drive active.
So these systems are pretty volatile, especially to live in, because as you saw, there's pirate insurgency. Once the insurgency is at level 6, which it was at 4, I believe, 6, they can start putting bubbles, and we are gonna be living there. Gotta lose some ships, man. That's part of the game. But I will do everything I can to teach how to not lose those ships.
Warp drive active.
The good news is all of our important stuff we moved to our new home. So, and if I got shot out of my pod right now, we would just go right back home in a pod. It's not. I'd be out not almost nothing. Ooh, a rattlesnake. Cool.
Warp drive active.
I wonder what's in targets. What is this? What does this show? Just showing fighters, drones. Oh, bombs. Okay. Mining's going to show all mining stuff. Warp 2. And then all.
Warp drive active.
That needs to be. I'll switch it to active overview. That way, if I'm on targets, I can scan, see. We'll see who's in the area. Ugh.
Warp drive active.
So I've decided to settle a place pretty far from Jitta, but in combat, in a combat place. So we'll see some action. We'll see some death for sure. You know, this is the system where they're gate camping. People just putting a bunch of mobile depots down. Sure. Probably rename them once they're down and do advertising. Yeah, I was thinking. Okay, here goes to Fortitude. Let's see if the game crashes or if they fixed it. We are the only one in local here. There is nobody here. Some drone cluster sites. Cool.
Warp drive active.
We're almost there. And then we make, I'm just going to do one more trip today back to our new home. Then we'll do a little bit of activity there. And then tomorrow, season 2 will begin, where we start getting blueprints. Start getting some blueprints for some stuff. Some really basic stuff. Really basic.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
Okay. This
Docking request
is
accepted.
officially us leaving our starter system behind. Moving on to bigger and better things. Our catalyst is still packaged. We are going to assemble it. We're going to call her Caddy. And we will show the beautiful. Hmm? Hmm? Okay, there we have it. So we'll bring some stuff with us. I think we'll leave our Navitas blueprint here. And just in case we ever need it. I don't know that we need a whole lot of other stuff to come with. We can bring these just so we can break them down or reprocess them. We'll bring some our core scanner probes. Might as well bring our metal scraps. We're just going to consume our overclock booster so we travel a little quicker. Yeah, and I think the rest of this stays here in case we need to come back after being exploded. The Valator. How much space do we have? We have 450. The Imicus we could repackage and try to bring with us. 2,500. That's all right. That's all right then. We don't even need it. We can use the catalyst. Okay. We're gonna set to our new home, and this is the last trip today out of the new system to the old boys system.
Warp drive active.
No more Federation stuff. No more newbie sites. We're on to big boy sites after this. Okay, we're working towards. Okay, we're working towards our Galente Destroyer 1, Galente Destroyer 2. That's probably good because we are now in a Galente Destroyer.
Warp drive active.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna change general a little bit. We're gonna remove skyhooks. I think we're gonna remove fighters. We don't care about fighters. We're gonna remove some of these entities.
Warp drive active.
I'm trying to think how many of these entities we actually need. I think we'll just leave them. What it is, what it is. Deployables. Charges. We'll leave bombs on there. Asteroids. Mutinite. No asteroids in here. Star bases, structures, we can remove a little bit of refineries, stuff like that off of here.
Warp drive active.
I think that should be fine. Just remove some of that, some of the clutter off of here. So when we scan, we can see some of the more important things. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on this side. Just go fast.
Warp drive active.
What a jerk. Yeah, see, they've renamed their mobile depots, so it's just like advertisement. Join our clan. Interested in gate camping? Join our club. Join our club. Excuse me.
Skill training completed.
We'll drop a little bit of skill pointage into actually flying this thing. You know, we're only spending 13,000 or so at a time, so not too bad.
Active.
There's a ship we haven't seen. Destroyers and Navy destroyers. So if we do actually do some Galente combat. Could pick up some Navy issue stuff to help us along.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Pull Rex off of there. Probably make a separate one named Rex.
Warp drive active.
Deselect all. It'll just have Rex. There we go. There. Warp 2 is fine. So I made a new tab. So now if I can scan here even to see if there's any Rex. So what I have this doing is my active overview filter. So whatever I'm using up here, it's going to scan for here. So if I'm really looking for Rex, I can just click Rex, scan there. But now if I hit general and scan, I won't see any of those Rex. I'm just kind of sorting my stuff so it feels a little nicer for me. You can put it however you like.
Warp drive active.
Coveter. As you can see, there is factional warfare. This is a bulwark system we're flying through. And there is a stage 2 corruption going on in this system.
Warp drive
There is combat happening here, quite a bit of it. And actually the pirates are pushing through, so if this keeps going up, we're in trouble. We are probably, as through this, gonna want to make a jump spot. That's a long warp there. So that if I see that this is at a stage 4 or 5 corruption or 5, then we can definitely, or 4. There we go, 4. We're going to warp to within 0 of this, and I'm actually going to make a landing spot for us now that will just permanently show up, so that I can just hit autopilot as I'm warping to my Xsense reprocessing facility. And you see I'm outside this ring of lights right now. I'm going to head this way. And there's nobody around me, so that's good. I'm going to go inside the ring of lights. Ooh, look at us go. There's an orca out here. Orca and 2 hulks. So what I'm doing is I'm just making a permanent docking spot for us so that we don't have to worry about jumping in and coasting to the station or whatever it be. This looks actually pretty good. So I'm going to hit Control B. I'm going to go safe landing. And I'm never going to have that expire. Now that'll show up every single time. We have this safe landing spot. We are going to land right there and we can boop right in. Okay. Let's fit up a little bit. See what we got here. Look at all these slots we have. We'll put an afterburner on this bad boy. We want our armor repper on. We brought our remote one. I don't know why we did that. Oh, I think we're gonna break it down. We might as well just put a salvager on this. No reason really not to. I mean, we don't have enough stuff yet. I guess we can web also. I don't. Can we use this? It's used with. Okay, it is used with iridium charge small. What do we have here? Insufficient required charges. Yeah, I know that. We're not going to put expanded cargo hold or anything else on here. This is going to just kind of be our combat ship for now. And then in our ship hangar, we also do have the Venti. Let's name it something that's not Venture, huh? Dems. Okay. And we can board this guy. Nope. Go to fitting. And we can actually put we don't have the mining lasers with us. That's okay. However, at some point we're going to need those. And that's a little silly. Can take our hobgoblins out of this guy. We have one venture here. So what I can look for blueprint is I can look for miner. And we can look for a miner 1 blueprint. Now you can see in this system, we have 317 days on this. That means that we can go to this warehouse, we can buy this blueprint, and then we can start to craft these. So that's going to be a good idea. you know, we're getting kind of an idea of what we're going to be able to do to start off. And I think mining, to be able to build a miner and a venture maybe, would be perfect. So you can see these sellers are human players because it's 54 days and 24 days. We don't want that. And realistically, I think at this loyalty point store, not here, but the Rodden Shipyards one, we'll be able to get that. So unfortunately, this isn't going to be ideal. But I'm going to take one more trip today back to go get the other venture. Just one more trip. A little bit of moving today. A little bit of moving. I think I'm going to remove beacons off of this. There we go. That's going to make general a lot less cluttered when we remove those beacons. And then when we scan also, we can see important things here. Instead of a bunch of beacons and billboards. The control towers are what they are. There's a war going on here, so we'll leave them up.
Warp drive active.
But when we do start doing combat, you can see there's tons of combat sites here, and there's insurgency and fighting going on. So it's a really like full system, very cool. On the way back here in this system, we are going to make a jump point. Oh, somebody lost their capsule there. We could actually attack him, and nothing bad would happen to us. He's autopiloting a capsule. I would hope that he doesn't have anything decent on that capsule.
Warp drive active.
Most people have some stuff. I would guess if he's doing warfare, he probably doesn't have that much, so. And you'll see me move down here, ping my D-scan, my directional scanner. I have it set to 360 degrees. If you want to get an understanding of what this looks like, as I'm flying through space, I can ping this ring around me, see what's around me. You can also remove the angle, and you see how now I'm directing where I want that to go. So now I could scan ahead, see what's ahead of me at this. But I usually keep it on 360. This tells you a lot of information, and if you bring this down, say I'm here, I can see what's in these sites. If I bring it down one now, and there's still something there, then I know they're not in these sites. But if that makes sense, if they pop up and then they go away when I shrink it, that means they are in those sites. So you can really narrow down where somebody is just by using this scanning system. So I'll try to show an example. So we'll scan here. Okay, so we have somebody using their scanner probes. We have a mobile depot. So if I go like this again, I can see two ospreys somewhere, right? They're not on this gate with me. And if I shrink this, let's see, they are still with me. Oh, they are on this gate now. Okay, well, that kind of ruins that. But even using the D scan like that, I could see the ospreys coming
Active.
before they got to that spot. So you're off somewhere doing something kind of dangerous, you're popping this, and then suddenly two ospreys pop up on D scan. That means they might be warping in right onto you, right? So you can start heading out. If you get good at using this D scan, you could almost live through anything. This D scan is especially important in places like wormholes, or if you're hunting people. Scan them down. Right now you can see in this system there's 8 people. I know there's 8 people. It says so in local down here in the lower left. In some systems like wormholes, you cannot see how many people are there. So there could be just you, or there could be an entire fleet of stealthed drakes just sitting somewhere.
Warp drive active.
So I think what the plan for today will be to finish up our season 1 is to get one minor 1 blueprint and maybe pop it into the industry and see if we can't research it a little bit. Not research, work on the refining, make it a little better for us today. And then we will finalize the season 1, and then move on to tomorrow, which will be season 2, where we start collecting blueprints and start really honing our abilities to make some things.
Warp drive active.
Hello, Moonlight Surfer. 我的小小放屁。Royal Chariot.
Warp drive active.
Got reward bundles here. Groovy.
Warp drive active.
Glente Federation. Look at these guys out here mining it away, man. Good for them.
Warp drive active.
So now that my warp drive is active towards my landing spot, I can actually
Autopilot engaged.
click my autopilot, and then as soon as I am able to, they will dock me. That's pretty much the only good time to use your autopilot.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Really fast dock, as fast as possible, right there.
Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Little trick. A lot of little tricks like that in this game. Okay, we've got our miners aboard. Might as well bring some of our Veldspar with, huh? We're going to leave the Tritanium and Pyrite in case we need to go back out with one of these crappy ships and get some new stuff. It's another remote armor repair. We're just going to bring that with. We'll bring with 2 civilian mining upgrades, and we'll leave the particle bore here. There we go. We'll set our destination back to our new home. We've got a couple mining lasers in here now. Well, how about this? We'll leave the civilian mining and we'll bring the particle bore. Perfect. One more trip home.
Warp drive active.
Oh, this has got a couple minor ones on it also. Cool. We're ready. We're ready to do some mining. Just like that.
Warp drive active.
Did I click jump? I think I did. Whoops. You'll notice it just takes a second.
Warp drive active.
Peyton Schofield. Lots of logistics today. Figuring everything out. And tomorrow begins blowing all our money.
Warp drive
If we get this ISK down to 1 million, we've done a good job. And so I know we did look at this venture blueprint. It's probably a good idea to go in here, see what it actually takes to make it. Before you kind of purchase it. I know these are pretty easy to make. Are they actually on the market?
Warp drive active.
For here? So it's just for players are selling them. Same ones we've seen already. But if we look at minor 1 blueprint, these, and we can look at what it's going to take to make them. We do need some mexalin, some tritanium, mexalin, and pyrite. So all stuff that we can get a hold of. And that's what we're going to be. Let's see.
Active.
It's just letting me know it's on my current route. That's okay. We don't have to worry about that. As we head through this insurgency system, I am going to make a new jump spot for us in case we plop in. And honestly, at some point, the gates could have bubbles. Which adds for a little bit of fun.
Warp drive active.
And if that is not fun to you, then you can stay in high sec. But mama, that's where the fun is.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh, you can right click stuff and remove it from the overview now. That's pretty neat. Okay. No, this is not the pirate insurgency
Warp
system.
drive active.
It would be the next system. We are in a Galente bulwark right now. All right, so what I'm going to do here now, because this is kind of the insurgency system, this one is gaining corruption. I'm just going to take a look at my solar system map. So we are going to here. It's a long jump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp to within 100 over here.
Active.
Close this. I'm going to prepare to make a safe. And I never want this one to go. And we can look on here. I'm going to submit here. Okay, now we can see what we've done. Here's my safe spot. So instead of now flying we'll just jump it. Instead of now flying from here to here directly in line where somebody could put a bubble, we just have a, in case that the corruption gets a lot higher in this area. Keeps us just a little bit safer. It's good to have that kind of stuff, especially around your home. Always good in your home station to have a safe spot too, which we're just going to make right now. This is just all preparing for what we're doing. So I'm going to go back here again. I want to pick a good safe spot. There's not a lot out here, but check this out. There's a fleet muster point. I can warp to within 100 of that.
Warp drive active.
I can make a safe. And we'll submit, we'll put it right there. And this is a fleet muster point. Now while I'm searching, come on. While I'm searching the market here for this minor one blueprint, I'm going to set my destination to here. Now you can see I'm kind of bopping around this system. There's actually not too much in here, so that's kind of good. Kind of a chill little system. I'm gonna go. We're gonna buy our first blueprint, just one today, and I am going to start making that blueprint a little bit better for us. And then tomorrow, we are going to be
docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Starting everything. So collecting blueprints, preparing for the construction of our ships and everything. So regional market, again, minor one blueprint. The sellers, you can tell these sellers are NPCs because of the 317 days. Human players cannot do that. 3 months is the maximum. So we're going to buy this. We have a minor one blueprint, our first blueprint. Congratulations to us. We're going to put that in. We're going to move back over to our XSense facility. If you remember, we do have that auto dock. So we're going to use that for the first time now too. So we have our safe landing. I'm going to warp to within 0 of that. We have this set as our station that would be on our autopilot route. So when we get into warp here, I'm going to click autopilot on. And hopefully the game doesn't make a fool of me right now. So this is the only time you should ever use autopilot. So you see, there's a mastodon here, but as we land,
docking permission requested.
As soon as it's possible, right away.
Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
I'm just going to take this minor one blueprint, put it in my hangar, go to my industry tab, drop it in. And for today, we want to go and do material efficiency research before we log out. It's only going to take 5 minutes, but we could do 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 runs. Wait, is that 8 days? Yeah, we don't want that. We want 15 hours, 7 runs. Start it. Okay, that blueprint is improving now for the next 15 hours. So when we come back tomorrow, this blueprint is going to have a bunch of mineral efficiency, which when we go to craft it, it's going to be easier for us to make then. And each time, each day that I'm logging out now, I am going to be running something in these industry tabs to make my blueprints better. And we're going to do that every day. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you.